we've got Bob Chapman for your phone calls on the economy and a lot of other issues. Any topic you want to bring up, he can comment on it. He's a well-rounded, very informed fellow, as you know. And then we have the creator of Cryptome.org, really the forerunner of sites like WikiLeaks, who got shut down outside of government by Microsoft for putting up documents, which they admitted their internal documents, how they spy on everybody with no warrants for law enforcement and let law enforcement into your computer anytime they want with no warrants. That is coming up in the last hour today. Now, I want to open the phones up now specifically on the fact that they want to try to pass in the Senate in the next few weeks the greenhouse gas tax takeover of all levels of society. Same thing's happening in Europe outside of the governments. They're just doing it. We also need to get into Shell has global government vice president to push climate change propaganda. Their climate change officer their vice president is called a global government, not even governance, global government vice chairman, a vice president. I mean, this is the magnitude of what we're facing here. Do you realize the level? I want to get your take on it, how we can stop this. States are filing suit. Companies are filing suit. Attorney generals are filing suit. There's Roxanne Dekakic, I think you pronounce it, EVP, Global Government Relations, Shell International. I mean, it's the corporations that set up the global government. It's an empire. They just build a global government, pay off your politicians to sign over your rights. If they can't get the Congress or the Parliament to do it, they just come into the bureaucracy. It's total lawless corporate takeover. That's what the New World Order is a global corporate takeover. They want socialism to take your wealth and give it to themselves and make you dependent. Let's play a 30-second clip from a Dutch Royal Shell video press release. Here it is.
Shell, working for a new energy future.
Climate change, energy, and economic recovery are a hugely complex issue, and it will take more than governments alone to solve the problem. Industry needs to provide expertise, and government needs to step up with solid regulatory frameworks that signal where we need to invest to provide good solutions.
Shell, encouraging dialogue on the energy challenge.
All the major oil companies have run TV ads. I saw that months ago on CNN. I saw that, and they just put global government under her like it's no big deal. They're just introducing it to you, and then they have Time Magazine, Newsweek, the New York Times, and scores of other publications in the last month attacking Alex Jones, this talk show host, by name, saying, I am insane. Psychology Today had a cover story, featured story, I am insane. None of this exists. The New York Times a few months ago had an article about that film New World Order saying I was having basically a full schizophrenic event at a hotel believing there were men with black sunglasses and elites meeting. It was on record they were meeting there, but they think their readers are so stupid. They have such disdain for you that they sit there and openly announce world government everywhere. New York Times had an article written by Ban Ki-moon, Secretary General of the UN, calling for global government, global taxes on everything. And then separately, the New York Times writes, it doesn't exist. I am a raving maniac lunatic. That's what they think of you. That's who they think you are. Well, here is the latest internal UN document. It's in the AP. Fox News is covering it as well. Fox News is a little bit schizophrenic. Glenn Beck says global warming's real now in USA Today, but I guess he thinks that's a different audience. Governing Council of the United Nations Environment Program talks about $45 trillion wealth transfer to the private banks for global government, global governance. I read part of this article by Paul Watson detailing this earlier. I'm going to read more of it coming up. But first, I want to go to your phone calls. Now, listen. This isn't a game. This isn't a drill. This isn't a joke. We don't have time to suck our thumbs or play tiddlywinks or play games here. Now is the time for the people of the world to be warned about what's happening. The people are ready to hear the truth now. They're hearing global government being announced everywhere. People need to know, though, who runs the global government. Because as the back of this DVD says, Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement, for the New World Order A world government is just the beginning. Find out where this road leads from their own documents, their own words. A bare minimum of an 80% world population reduction by 2024. They are not going to get that without mass extermination, and they try to implement their goals. They've gotten about 85% of what they want through. They're a few years behind. It's just so they're poisoning our water supply. When kangaroos drink fluoridated water that humans drink, they die. That's ABC News Australia. When cows drink fluoridated water, they die. When horses do. I mean, this is a fact. You can just go to YouTube and type in farm animals dying from fluoride water. And it's farmers on the news going, yeah, the city brought in water, municipal water, told us to use that, and my cows are all dying, and I took it to the vet, and they said fluoride. This kills animals. They're killing you. That's only one thing they're doing. It's a fact. Like, pull up the kangaroos dying from fluoride article, ABC News. I'll put it on screen, folks don't believe us. And then when we posted a link to that article on prisonplanet.com, scores of comments were linking to other news articles across Europe and the U.S. where they'll have a drought in Colorado or California. In two of the cases, they link to YouTube videos. And 6 months into cows drinking fluoridated water because the wells dry up and they pipe in municipal, their hair falls out and they start dying. Almost every woman I know above the age of 35 has their hair falling out, has thyroid problems. I'll be sitting in restaurants hearing women going, yeah, my doctor says even though I don't eat anything, I'm getting fat and my hair's falling out from something they don't know. Fluoride hits your thyroid, ladies. Okay? You're being murdered. It reduces your fertility. It attacks all your organs. It precipitates in all the bones. Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement. Get it on DVD today at Infowars.com. Buy a DVD burner. Buy 100 blanks. Make copies. Give them to people. Say, you need to watch this. Fall of the Republic. It covers the end game, the environmental takeover, the police state, the banking fraud, everything. I mean, we need people to see these films. Shadow Government, Daniel Estulin, and so many others are in this film. G. Edward Griffin, Catherine Albrecht, great film we got available, discounted at Infowars.com. And if you can't afford Fall of the Republic or the Obama Deception or Endgame, they're on YouTube, they're on Google, on director's channels in one piece. I mean, if I was going to sit down for 2 hours and watch something, I'd want the DVD and support who made it, but I don't care. Just send everybody you know the links. Warn them. They're ready to hear the truth. This is so diabolical. This is so evil what's happening. We need to warn people. We don't have any future if we don't stop this. Did you find the kangaroo article? Kangaroos dying fluoride in Australia? Kangaroos poisoned by fluoride. ABC News Australia. Here, just randomly for people, go to YouTube and type in farm animals getting sick from fluoride. And you'll see local newscast. You will see, well, I had 25 horses and 19 are dead now, and took them to the vet, and he said the fluoride was killing them. But see, it's like all these thousands of kids got sick. Hundreds died in China from melamine. Turns out our kids are drinking melamine, over 90%. That's Associated Press of the formula, has melamine in it. And so the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, said, you know what? Melamine's no longer bad for you. We're going to wave a magic wand, abracadabra, Patuka Nzuka, Bababa Gagaga, Tatupa Mamupa. And they wave the thing, the magic wand, and now melamine is good. Doesn't matter if it attacks your liver, your kidneys, every other organ. Doesn't matter. It's good. It's wonderful. It's fabulous. Whoa, it's so... And it comes out mercury is in the vaccine, so they just put newscast on saying, mercury is now good for your children's brains. I've played that over 100 times. I'm not going to play it again. Just search engine the term. News says mercury now good for children. You'll get newscast all over the country telling you, look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Mercury's not good for you. Sodium fluoride and the other derivatives that are in it aren't good for you. I know that may sound radical to some of you. Some of you heard the news say mercury's good. And you may think it's a conspiracy theory that it's bad. It's bad, okay? Thousands of studies on mercury. That's how brainwashed some of you are, that you believe mercury's good for you because the news wouldn't lie to you It's like we are living in Alice in Wonderland. We are living in a matrix of fruitcakes. Folks, I am sane. I read the documents. I do the research. It's all I do. It's real. And some listeners are like, no, Alex, we know mercury and fluoride are bad. Well, your neighbors sure don't, folks. They think it's good. I went to the health food store and suddenly a bunch of the products said mercury on it because they said, well, the news, the government now says mercury's good. It's now a vitamin. Andrew in Missouri, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Mr. Jones. How you doing?
Good.
Glad to finally talk to you here. I just wanted to start off by saying that the New World Order is real, and it's about time the American people start standing up, opening their eyes, and realizing the hypocrisy and what's going on out there.
But then they'd have to believe crazy stuff like melamine isn't good for their children.